Hi everyone, welcome to another video content from Rich King Coaching. Quite excited about this one today. It's a topic that I know is very valuable for players. We're focusing on getting the balls out of the back corners and particularly deep again. This is really useful, particularly for an intermediate player looking to kind of breach into the kind of club competitive level players. But obviously it's a really valuable skill and necessity for every squash player to be able to recover the tee and regain control of the tee once your opponent hits you deep into the back corners. Now we'll do some different videos where we cover the both and different areas from the back, but this is going to be particularly on the straight length or straight drive. So you might see me lob the ball, you might see me hit it a bit harder. And I just want to give you guys and girls some really simple basic tips and patterns to follow so that you can become more successful at recovering this ball nice and deep once it's come to the back wall. So first of all, what I'm going to do is show you some of the movement patterns that you can practice. It's great preparation before going into actually hitting the ball. So we're going to discuss a little bit about how the footwork and how the movement into the back corner can really influence your ability to succeed in getting the ball deep from the back corners. It's really important that you have some smoothness and some flow in your footwork, because what can happen a lot is if you don't have this nice rhythm moving in and out of the back corners, you get this kind of stuttery aspect to your movement, which will limit your possibilities to time the shot well. That is a problem in itself because the timing is massive. I mean, it's massive in most areas of the court, but particularly in the back corners. So often I see people just going, oh, the ball's gone past me, panicking and rushing, when actually it's really important to understand that you actually have more time than other areas of the court, because the ball's actually bouncing on the floor, it's then hitting the glass wall, the back wall, and then it's coming back into the court. So you have this extra half a second or second before you need to hit the ball. So if you can gain more confidence and trust and knowledge in the fact that you do have more time, it makes it a lot more easy for you to be calmer and to be more successful at this shot. And that's also why the footwork, the smoothness of the footwork and the natural footwork pattern that I'm about to show you is really important. That allows you to adjust your speed and slow down or speed up depending on how your opponent plays the ball. So let's have a little look at the movement first of all. So I'm just going to take my position here on the tee. And first of all, I like to call this turning. Pretty much, because that's what I'm going to do. I'm starting in a good tee position here, and a good tee position is just my feet somewhere between hip shoulder width apart. Now what I'm looking to do, because I'm going to demonstrate my backhand first of all, so the backhand back corner, is by using my first split step movement, I'm looking to push off with my right foot, and actually what I'm going to do is kind of pivot from my right foot as I push off and help my hips and shoulders turn actually directly towards the corner. That means that I can take this kind of natural stride pattern, so it's just a left, right movement, and it gives me that kind of smoothness and ability to adjust the tempo of my footwork as I wish. It's not kind of this stuttery, mumble jumble kind of pattern. Okay, so first of all, racket light in the hand, find that good tee position. You're going to push off with the right foot, turn your hips and your shoulders, and then you're going to take this natural stride into the back corners, okay? Now what you'll see here in my position that I'm holding is that my racket is up and stable. That must happen whilst you're moving to the ball, okay? Now I'm going to keep this position with my racket as I take that last very vital lunge. Lunging and getting low is an absolute must in this area of the court, okay? So as I go to lunge in, I keep my racket head high, I sink down low into my legs. Now I have a really good stable position. Now I am facing the back corner, which seems a little bit maybe strange to some of you. But as I swing, I take that ball in line with my right hip here, getting underneath it, following through up nice and high onto the front wall. And then that helps me naturally push back out of my lunge and gradually turn back to the tee. Now there's a couple of different patterns you can do in the back corners. I'm very versatile. I think first, if you have enough space, you should always do a lunge with your right leg or left leg, whatever's most balanced for you. I find the right leg is a lot more stable, a bit more closed stance, but I use the left sometimes as well. But if your space becomes really limited, then you can also do this kind of two-footed plant, like a little squat down here. And that gives you a little bit more possibility when the space is smaller to get underneath the ball and still come out, okay? So this is focused on the footwork aspect and the step-by-step pattern of how you move your body. In a minute, we'll talk a little bit about how you use the racket. So first of all, T position, racket floating up nice and high. Here's my split step movement, lunge, low, and out. I can use the flow of my swing as well once I'm down in that lunge to help me come back to the tee. I'm making sure I can take a different path if I need to, because I need to create a bit more space. But as you see, here's the two-footed one, a little bit lower. But that turning and pivoting on my right side helps me move immediately into that back corner nice and quickly and gives me that nice flowing pattern into that corner, okay? So that's the movement pattern. Practice that yourself. You can always take different directions, curving in more as an L shape, coming more round in front. Make sure you keep plenty of space. You need that space for the lunge and to make sure that you have enough ability to swing through the ball and get it nice and deep. So now I'm going to hit the ball and tell you a little bit about the aspects of the timing and the technique. First of all, grip is vital. So I've got a ball here in my pocket. Open racket face, really, really important, okay? This ball is getting lower and lower as it goes into the back corners, and especially after it's hit the glass, it's going to drop down a little bit. So you've got to mainly focus on getting your strings underneath the ball, okay? Don't always think about hitting this ball hard. If you get underneath the ball, you're looking to get lift and getting it high. Number one thing is that your opponent is on the tee, and you've got to get the ball past them again to regain control of that. So don't always go for power, look for width and height. If you've got the luxury to be able to hit the ball harder, great, fantastic. But number one should be making sure you get the racket face underneath the ball and getting lift on it. Now you can't actually consider that until you're able to get your body low. As I said, lunging is so, so important here. Now here's a little tip. What's going to happen is I'll show you here with the ball. The ball's coming into the back corner. It's going to bounce on the floor. It kicks up. And then it comes away from the glass. When it's at that optimum distance away from the glass, you then have space to get your racket behind the ball. So this is why you have to trust you have enough time. Because if you arrive too quickly, the ball's going to be here, and this is almost impossible to hit it, okay? So wait long enough for the ball to come away from the back wall when it's not bounced twice, and then you have the chance to get the racket underneath the ball. But the timing that I want you to think about and how the body operates is that as this ball is bouncing on the floor and coming up, I want you to start considering getting down low with your legs. So as the ball comes up, you go down, okay? That's going to optimize your possibility of getting underneath the ball with the racket and give you the best chance of getting the ball deep again, okay? So that is really, really important. And once the ball's touched on the floor, you should be able to understand how far the ball's coming back into the court anyway, okay? That's really, really important. The other thing as well, just wait. Once you're in your lunge, wait longer. Be patient for that ball to come away. And then I want you to make sure that you finish your follow through and your swing before you actually come out of the shot. I see a lot of people actually doing everything all at once, trying to get back to the tee, doing all of these things. And then you lose complete control because you don't have that stability to execute the shot. So I'm going to do this from a pretty weird position so that the camera can get a good shot for you. I'm going to stand a bit more in the middle of the court. And you'll be able to see my body position now as I'm hitting the ball nice and deep. Low, waiting, good. And again. Down low, wait, hit. Let's have another look. Low, wait, hit. Do a couple in a row now. Footed position. It's 1 foot. Oh, too good. right. Pretty strange hitting the ball in the center of the court, but hopefully that demonstrates the low body position, the waiting for the ball to come away, and giving yourself the best chance to be successful at that shot. Good luck, everyone. Love to hear your comments. Thanks.